Alright, this is the latest plant and tank update. I'm doing an update today because one of the Cory cats died. One of these guys. I found him this morning floating around. I tried to figure out what happened to him, and I couldn't really see anything that was out of the ordinary. I'm guessing it was an internal problem, internal parasite maybe. But hopefully these guys are unaffected by whatever he had, because he looked pretty healthy just yesterday. He was eating well with these guys, and all of a sudden he's dead. So at this point I don't know if I'm gonna go get any more, because I know my local fish store usually doesn't carry these on a weekly basis, so I'd have to order them online somewhere, and usually you can't just order one. So either I just have 5, or maybe just get another type and see if he schools with these guys, because usually they're more comfortable with a Cory cat of the same species. The Harlequin rasboras are doing really well. The smaller ones I've already grown a bunch. They've been eating really well, and they've got some nice colors forming. Still have 8 of those. Cherry shrimp, I've been seeing more of those lately since I put more in there recently. I think I'm up to 8. I usually only see 4 or 5 at a time, because I think they like to hide a lot. That's a female right there. The males are a little harder to see. They're not as red, and they're smaller. So this plant here, I just trimmed the baby tears. I've grown this patch a lot lately, spread it out over this entire area, and I've got to sell some of this rotala this week because it's getting a little too large, and I'd like to have some more open space in this front area. I've had to move some of the baby tears. I'm starting a little spot right there next to the dwarf pennywort. This stuff is starting to send off some small roots. You can see they're real stringy, and I think it's doing alright. It seems to have a little bit of new growth. So that's one of the newer plants. This crypt back here, still not any significant melting going on. There's some new growth you can see, which is really good. This is the Cryptocarine lucens, and I'm looking forward to see how that fills in about a month here. Another plant I'm impressed with lately is the Taiwan Moss. Ever since I got it into a more light, I guess, in the back of the tank there, which gets probably the most light, it's been growing a lot better, and it's starting to green up. It was getting a little brown when it was just sitting, I think I had it over here when the driftwood was switched. But now that it's in some of the flow of the water, it's really liking that spot. This Crypt is, I think it was 17 inches yesterday, this leaf. It's almost reached the other side of the tank, and I'm really impressed with how good that looks now as a centerpiece plant. I was looking at some pictures yesterday of how it looked when I first put it in, and how the entire tank looked on the first day, and I compared it to a picture I took just yesterday, and it was quite impressive. So I just did a water change for the week. Fish look like they're liking the new water. Really hope these Cory cats do alright. They look just fine, so we'll have to see. just would have liked to have kept 6, but stuff happens. Some of the duckweed and I forget the other type of floating plant I have in here. It has larger leaves compared to the duckweed. Yeah, that stuff. It's starting to grow a little bigger. And I kind of like how it got stuck right there because the Java fern has reached the top and it's sticking out a little bit, so it gets stuck right there. This is the window Java fern that you see right here with the tips of the leaves sort of spread out like fingers. It's a good species of Java fern. You can see that rock right there is all cleaned up because of the shrimp. It glows now. It was probably cleaner now than it was when I put it in the tank. There's the cherry shrimp back there on the log.